Welcome back to another edition of Tech Talk with Greg DeRocher from the Cambridge Chamber of Commerce and Adam Oldfield from FPM3 Marketing. How are you, Adam?
I'm doing great, Greg. Doing awesome, actually.
Now, we do want to tell the people out here that it's not that these are the only clothes that we wear, but we do a few
it's
episodes
getting colder
at a
outside.
time.
I got to wear black. I mean,
We do a few episodes at a time. I do change my shirt in between episodes, unlike him, but
I got deodorant. I give it a little refresher.
But it's always great to have you in here,
Thank
Adam,
you.
because you come in, usually once a month. We try and bang out a few episodes and talk about a whole bunch of stuff that's coming up.
Absolutely.
And one of the big things that we want to start off talking about is really batteries. I'll tell you my experience.
Okay.
I had a Priv,
Yep.
BlackBerry Priv.
Yes.
It started to fail a little bit, so I went to the DTEC 50.
Yep.
I wouldn't get to lunchtime, and I'd be down to 8%.
Right.
It just wasn't possible for me to function. I went then to the Samsung S8 Plus. I now have 76% when I get home at 5 o'clock.
Right. Yes.
It's an unbelievable difference.
Right.
But batteries are changing once again.
You know, the demands on what we're putting on the battery, and I'm not going to get into too much depth with the Note 7. That was way too much power necessary, and the battery juice in it was just too much. We're using computers, I mean, literally in our hands, right? Well, batteries are going to get an upgrade starting next year, okay, for a couple reasons. First, it's going to be more environmentally friendly. Right now, lithium ion is the biggest one. What's the problem with lithium ion? Number one is it's explosive. It's like, flying around in a hydrogen plane, right? I mean, it's going to explode if you do something just slightly wrong. Well, that's what lithium ion is. The new product, which is interesting that they finally got this thing figured out, is zinc. We are about to get zinc batteries, and zinc actually has a conductor that will give you an extra 60% battery life. Okay, so on a smartphone, we'll get about 60% more. Once it's actually done its life cycle and it's complete, other than that, the life cycle is also double. So where a lithium ion will give you about probably reasonably 4 years before it really starts to die out again. A zinc will give you probably 8 years, okay? But even after 8 years, the one thing about zinc is it's environmentally friendly. So zinc is actually much more safer. As we're upgrading our phones every year, it's going to become a big problem when it comes to landfill sites. So this is something where zinc is the new, and we've got plenty of that natural resource in the world. So Canada included, and it's going to be probably a big thing. We'll be seeing a lot more in the future. So lithium ion, 3 years, gone, zinc, in.
I think what's really good about batteries failing
Yeah,
is the next topic we're going to talk about.
that's right, yes.
If you get a really bad robot, at some point the battery's going to die out.
That's right.
So you may have to run around the house
Yep.
away from it for 3 or 4 years, but eventually it'll fall over.
Well, this is a topic that we've discussed it in other Tech Talk shows. Robots taking over jobs, right? We talked about pizza. We talked about all sorts of robotics and so forth.
We see it in McDonald's now.
Well, and there's a lot of concern is, great, what are we all going to do? What are we going to do with these humans, right? Well, here's something that no one's really talking about. Remember the Bionic Man?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
You remember that?
Yeah.
Okay. And he was upgraded, right? He had
Yeah.
new arms, new eyes.
He was really a man.
Yes, but he was completely upgraded. Well, these are the things I want to share with you. There is now going to be, and it's already being tested, there are 6 subjects right now where you can actually upgrade yourself. Okay? So what would you do with you can upgrade your eyes. You can upgrade your eyes right now. So they're doing it on test subjects where you're signing, possibility you're already legally blind. You can now get upgraded contacts, upgraded retinals, and it will enhance your eyesight. Not only will it enhance it, but let's say your eyesight's good. Mine's pretty decent. I see you got glasses. I could get an upgrade, and so could you. Fix your eyesight, but also bring up a heads-up display. It will give muscle enhancers. You can get a chip inside you that actually will heal your skin. So in the case of you're working in a dangerous environment, especially in the military, there's actually a microchip that bonds the skin together and knows the capacity of which you need to heal and will stitch it. As opposed to going through and stitching, this microchip can now be installed in 4 parts of your body, legs and arms, and if you cut your arm or damage it bad, it actually can sense the nerve endings and will reattach it and heal it. And this is real. This isn't stuff I'm making up, and it's not like, wasn't that episode 5
That
in
sounds
1970?
weird, yeah.
No, it actually exists, yes. So Omega,
Wow.
I'm not going to say it right, but Omega Ophthalmics is an eye implant, and it is actually FDA approved to actually allow you to remove your eye and surgically implant the ability to have augmented reality within a matter of your own biometric body and system. So we talked about prosthetics in one of our past shows. The new future is going to be maybe you just want to get yourself a prosthetic arm because you can enhance your muscle strength. We've seen this before in movies where you sit inside an ectoskeleton. Now you'll be able to get the ability without drugs, okay? Because this is bionic, not drug enhanced. This is bionic enhanced. So a chip will probably increase your strength capacity and your bone strength. And this exists as of today. So everyone out there that's like, what about all the jobs? Well, you know what? There's some things humans still need to do. And I can tell you this right now, you'll have to get an upgrade. And not an education, an upgrade.
It's unbelievable.
It is.
When you start thinking, well, just going through my head some really weird stuff,
Yeah.
as it often does when I talk to you. But
Thanks, Greg.
but I was thinking, I was looking over at Matt, our
Yeah.
producer back there,
Yeah.
right? And I was thinking, well, I could upgrade him
Yes.
as his employer
Yeah.
and get new legs and make him run faster and wire it to my phone.
I could make it one step better. He's using a physical camera right now. We could upgrade his eyeballs and
Yeah,
he
and
could just
he could
stare
just
at us and
stand up.
film it.
Yeah.
Exactly, yeah. He'd have to upgrade his memory and his
He doesn't
brain,
have that
but,
much attention span.
That's okay. We don't need him to.
As
Just
you can
stand
see,
still.
he's almost asleep now. And he's the producer of the show. Isn't the producer supposed to be alert?
Supposed to
and
be on
attentive?
top of his game. Yeah.
Well, that's what I thought. Anyway, we were talking about batteries earlier.
Yes.
We were talking about when our bionic human beings that fall
Exist.
over because
Yep.
of batteries. But more importantly,
Yes.
and I wondered if this was a problem I was having with my phone.
Possibly.
I use lots of apps, as
Yep.
you well know.
Yep.
What are the top 5 apps that are draining my phone?
Yeah, this is very important. You may not realize your phone battery is going to be, it's being using resources. When you turn it on and it's fresh, it's just using some of the standard equipment that's in the phone itself. But as you open more programs, it starts to take more drainage on your battery. It's a lot of resources. So these are the top 5 user drainage programs that are on your phone, okay? Now again, the first one only applies to Samsung, so I guess there's really the top 4. So number 1 for Samsung Video Editor. So you can download this program. It allows you to edit your videos, you film, but this one is the number 1 reason it's going to suck it down. Number 2 was Netflix. By the way, these are not ranked on the worst or the best, just the top 5. So Netflix, yes, it's draining a lot of battery.
Yeah, it's continually connecting to the stream, right?
Number 3, Spotify Music. Okay. Number 4, Snapchat. Snapchat.
Oh,
Okay. And number 5, of all things, Clean Master, which is advertised on minis. So
it's the one that's supposed to
it's
save your
sucking the life
battery.
out of your phone. Yes, get rid of it, folks, because it is not healthy.
I had it on for mine, and it drove me crazy.
Yeah.
Every 2 seconds, it wanted to sweep something.
Clean it and everything else. It's a horrible app. Get rid of it. It's not doing you any good.
Exactly.
So now
You can kind of tell when you look at your phone that how much battery life you don't need a little gizmo coming up saying, "Hey, you need something cleaned up."
And I've used it many times before, but it's kind of like watching the countdown clock on your battery.
Yeah.
Because you're just like watching it going, hey, how come my
I
battery's
know
going down by the
it's just
percentage?
completely ridiculous.
These are the top 5 data hogs.
Okay.
Because now I'm speaking specifically to our Canadian
Yep.
out here. Because
Yep.
data is the most expensive in Canada than
Exactly.
anywhere else in the world. So these apps, please, folks, take note. Okay, top 5 of usage here. I'll start at number 5, Google Chrome. Google Chrome, boy, does it love its data. Yum, 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 yum. Number 4, WhatsApp. Now, a lot of us don't use WhatsApp in North America,
Not
but
very much anymore, but internationally. they
internationally
use
it's the
it.
number 1
Yep,
app,
yep.
right? But number 4, it is a big drain. Number 3, the Weather Channel. Yes, the Weather Channel. We talked about the other weather app that actually is sending all the information. Well, this one is also a one for you to maybe rethink because it keeps checking the weather constantly around you. And number 2, Firefox, the browser that comes with it. Yes.
Glad I don't use it.
Number 1, Facebook.
Well,
Facebook. So if you've got an unlimited data plan, go ahead, knock yourself out with these bad girls. But in the meantime, what do you recommend?
Is Facebook, well, Facebook, because it comes with the default setting to automatically play the videos.
Plays the videos. It constantly is checking what are your friends saying?
Yeah.
Are they tagging you? What's the next event?
Yeah.
And again, I'm talking Facebook on all applications. Instagram, Messenger,
Yeah.
all of the Facebook family are just nothing but a massive data hog. So if you've got all the data in the world, and I've had this with my daughter, where I'll be looking, going 3.6 gigs. What'd you do? Nothing. I wasn't even using
Yeah.
it. Well, this is where it's coming from.
Yeah, Facebook.
Absolutely.
Interesting. Now, we talked in an earlier segment about Bluetooth headphones.
Yes.
The reason why you're going to get the
Note 8.
Note 8 is only because
It's got a
it
headphone
still
jack.
has a headphone jack.
Well, it's a lot of money.
Who's the latest fatality in headphone jacks?
The latest fatality in the headphone jack world is the Pixel. The Google Pixel phone is now going to no longer have a headphone jack, which I'm quite surprised because, you know what, Google I always anticipated would probably keep that headphone jack, but they're the second in, well actually they're the third in line. There's been about 3 so far.
Are there that many complaints that the headphone jack stops working?
No, it's not about the headphone jack not working. The reason why they're removing it is it takes up a lot of real estate, okay, number one.
okay.
Number two, we talked about batteries earlier. Well, right now with lithium ion, you need space inside that phone, okay? So you need room for other things to go inside it. So we're talking about NFC, near field communication,
Yeah.
a lot of the pay systems and so forth. So that headphone jack takes up a lot of resources right now. And you know, that's something that when you remove it, you can now upgrade other features, RAM, drive space.
And it's got Bluetooth, so buy a set of Bluetooth headphones. They're only $100.
Only, yeah, only.
What does it matter?
I was gonna say, yeah, that's
It's
not a big deal.
technology, man. We're going forward every single day. This is Greg DeRocher and Adam Oldfield with another edition of Tech Talk. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you next time.
Thanks, Greg.